like those key moments and key realizations?
The There are several areas and parts of my life that made me realize who I am. One of them was when my father passed away. I know we have discussed this in space, but that was a very, very big, a huge change happened within me when he passed away. Um, I shared with you guys that he was an alcoholic and a drug addict, and there was a lot of, you know, there was a lot of negative feelings that I had towards him in that area of our lives. He was always very in and out, um, quite frequently, but at the same time, he was a lovely person. Like, he was
Hmm.
so funny, he was so caring. em- his he was very empathetic. He was one of the greatest people, you could be around. If you wanted, someone to make you laugh, he was the one to go to, you know, but I did not judge him fairly in that aspect. And I held that until the day he died. And I really wish I wouldn't have, because it affected our relationship in a lot of areas, and it kept it from blossoming into what it could have been. And that's one of the biggest lessons I've learned in life is, that there are so many that struggle with that type of thing on a daily basis. And, you know, even though they may struggle with it, it doesn't define that person for who they are. And it shouldn't keep you from maintaining a relationship with that person, unless
Yeah.
that, there are certain boundaries that you have to keep, whenever, you know, whenever you're in that type of situation, you have to have certain boundaries.
Yeah.
But these were boundaries I did not have to have. You know, these were boundaries that I should have taken down the moment he decided to stop and the moment he started to try and build his relationship with me. And we did. We had a really good relationship for a really long time, and but I always had held some level of anger and
Hmm.
resentment against him, because I felt like, you know, he should have changed for me when it wasn't even about me.
Yeah.
And that's where I got it very, 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 very wrong. And so, you know, it opened my eyes to a, a lot of things. You just, the biggest things to remember is to be compassionate, be kind, be understanding,
Hmm.
go out of your way to try and understand somebody. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know how their mind is, how their mind really works either. And so I think that was one of the biggest, because I mean, my dad was a quirk. He was different,
Hmm.
so I don't really know how his thought process worked, you know, but I didn't try to understand it. And that's one of the biggest regrets that you will n- that you'll that I will live with for the rest of my life, And he always would remind me how proud he was of me, and how much he loved me. He never failed to let me, to inspire me, And that's one of my biggest regrets, and that's one of the things that absolutely caused a shift in who I was as a person, and forgiveness can go a long way. And the ultimate thing is, forgiveness is really for your own benefit,
Yeah.
it really is. And I definitely should have given him a little bit. I should have showed a little bit more compassion towards him. And I'm still dealing with it, because I can't hardly talk about it without even, you know,
Yeah.
getting upset. But I have to talk about it because I know it's something that absolutely changed my frame of mind, because, it taught me how to um, treat other people with love and understanding. And that's my goal in life, is to, you know, love everyone regardless of their downfalls. We're all flawed,
Yeah.
individuals. And, you know, we're just here doing the same thing as everyone else, trying to make it through and, get out alive
You're
ish,
right.
you know?
Well, nobody gets out of here alive, but
Yeah.
do you forgive yourself though too? Because I mean, some of that's you probably couldn't help to feel how you felt.
No, I haven't, not yet. That's kind of what I'm working on right now,
Mhm.
is forgiving myself for that, because it was, I mean, when it comes to your parents,
Yeah.
there's you feel things at a completely different level than anybody else that you interact with every day. So, you know, I think a lot of things, my mind tends to go off in 20 directions, and I constantly think, what was the last thing he thought about? Did he know that I love him? And so, no, I have not. I haven't forgiven myself for that.
Well, that'll
And I
take
hope
time.
he knows, sometimes I feel like I feel him. And I hope he knows.
Catch new episodes of Mental Health Mondays every Monday morning at 7 a.m. Start your week off with a smile and some inspiration.